In this video, we'll be looking at the suggested technology setup for simultaneous teaching when you're meeting with both roomers, Zoomers, and possibly some all-remote students. This video will be in three portions. We'll look at audio, video, and then the optional addition of an iPad. Regardless of the technology, though, I would first always start with what is your purpose? How do you intend the technology to be used? And then you'll find a way for it to match your needs. Now, when we think about audio, we're going to break this into two pieces: inputs, which are your microphones, and outputs, which are your speakers. For your inputs, your microphones, you want to think about the technology and again, the purpose. Your laptop microphone is going to be best when you only want the teacher's voice shared in Zoom. The conference style microphone that we're suggesting is about $58. Your building has a budget for these items, and that's going to be best when you want all of the students in the room to be heard via Zoom. Now let's look at how we can easily toggle between the two microphones in Zoom. So far, all I've done is plugged in the external microphone, that conference room style microphone. Now it has a USB cable that you can either plug into your laptop or into your docking station. Now, all you need to do is click the little caret next to the microphone in Zoom, and you can choose PDP, and that is the external microphone, or you can choose Array, which is your laptop microphone. And you can easily toggle between these two based on your current needs. Now, you may see some other microphones listed here, such as Lumens, and that's the microphone on your document camera. I would not use that one as it often does cut out after about a minute. So just remember, if you want the Zoomers to hear you, choose your laptop microphone. If you want the Zoomers to hear everything in the classroom, such as the roomers, that's when you choose Array. So now we're going to shift gears from audio input to audio output, which are your speakers. Now we're going to look at two different options for speakers. First of all, we'll look at the speakers that are built into your laptop. This is great when you, the teacher, want to be the only one hearing those kids in Zoom. We're also going to be looking at using your light speed. Now you might have speakers on your desk and that's great, but what tends to happen is it's really loud for you, the teacher, and really quiet for those kids in the back of the room. Now, most of our classrooms are situated where they have a light speed, so you've got thousands of dollars worth of equipment just sitting there ready to be used. The sound is evenly distributed through the whole classroom, and it's just a better all experience for everybody. So what we're going to do is you're going to look at your laptop, and for most of us, it's going to be on the right-hand side. You'll have an audio jack for headphones. So find that headphone jack, or you can use the one on your docking station. You're going to then plug in your audio cable, and if you don't have one, just do a help ticket and they'll send you one in the interoffice mail. And it looks like a headset jack on both sides. So plug that cord into your laptop to the headphone jack, and then the other side of the cable goes into your light speed. Now, when you look at your light speed, there's probably two connections there. One's for a headset and one says input. You want to choose input. The sound from your laptop is going to be input to your light speed and then come out all of the speakers in the ceiling. This is going to be great for your roomers to hear your Zoomers. It's also great if you're just playing a YouTube video or some sort of movie in your classroom when things are back to normal. So any sounds from your computer will be evenly distributed in your classroom. So let's pop on over to our laptop, and the first time you plug in your light speed, you're going to get this pop-up. And I would suggest saying that you're using headphones that are earbuds and just say okay. Now we're going to look at the settings for your overall computer. So if you click on the caret in the bottom right, you're going to get a pop-up and you should see your speaker. If you click on your speaker, you're going to get another pop-up, and this is where you can toggle between your different speaker options. Now let's take a moment to understand these different options. The first one says speaker headphones, and that's what you'll use most of the time. If your light speed is plugged in to the headphones, it's going to go through the headphones. If your light speed is not plugged in, it's going to come out your speakers, and those things will happen automatically. You don't need to make any changes. Now, if you have anything that says display audio, like I do, that means one of your monitors has speakers. It might be that you're plugged into a TV that has speakers. And then you also have PDP. And if you remember from earlier, that's your microphone. If you choose your microphone as your speaker, you're not going to hear anything. And so those are the primary ones that you'll see pop up unless you've also added something that's maybe Bluetooth. So this is where you're going to change your audio settings for your entire computer. Let's say you're playing a YouTube video. This is where you're going to change the output for that video. But Zoom has its own speaker settings, so let's pop over there now. So we'll open up Zoom and click on the caret next to the microphone icon. Here's the list of all of our speaker outputs, and it should match the list we just looked at for our entire laptop. So if you're in a situation where you can hear a YouTube video, but you can't hear your kids in Zoom, that means your speaker output for Zoom is set differently than your laptop. So here again, you would want to choose speaker/headphone. So we were able to look at audio inputs, microphones, and audio outputs, speakers, and just a few quick tips before we move on to video. So tip number one, don't forget Zoom and your laptop do have their own audio settings. Number two, you can always mute your Zoomers. So if there's a lot of background noise with those kids at home, don't forget that you can always mute all so it's not really loud if you are projecting that sound into your entire classroom. And there might be times when you want to mute yourself, which also is muting your classroom for your Zoomers. So maybe you just want to give some directions to those kids in your room. Don't forget that you can just mute yourself. And lastly, if you do have some kids in your class that maybe speak really quietly or they're in the very back row and it might be a little hard to pick up their voice on that external microphone, it might be helpful to repeat what the roomers say so that those Zoomers can be part of that ongoing conversation. And with that, let's move to video.